So in this video, I'll be showing 3 different methods that I've developed throughout the AP Latin year, and each method is a little bit different in the amount of time it requires each night and the amount of effort put in each night. The third method I'm going to show you is the one that I find to be most efficient and most effective, and the one I wish I had used all year long. Okay, so each of the 3 methods I'm going to show you starts the same way, by dividing off the sections based on how they are in the Google Doc. So I just went ahead and divided 2 sections of the first book of the Aeneid for a demonstration. Next, you want to get 2 different colored highlighters. So I have a pink one and also a yellow highlighter. And on the side of the page, you just want to start to make a key. One of the colors you'll designate as being notes that you'll find in the Aeneid textbook. These might not have direct translations given, sometimes they do, but they also have great notes on grammatical constructions to help you translate. So, using the second color highlighter that you picked, you just want to add to the key that you've already created, and this color is going to be designated to vocabulary that's given. This makes it so you can easily look up any definition in the textbook and you know whether a definition is given for the word. After you make the key, you want to go ahead and highlight all the words with each designated color. And some of them might overlap with both a note and a vocabulary word that's given. So you can either underline it with one color and highlight it with another, or you can just highlight it with one color. Either way will work fine. For the second method I'm going to show you, I already highlighted the given words and notes and sectioned off the second piece of the Aeneid that was written in the Google Doc. So now Ms. Kirtley uploads videos for each passage or homework assignment that you have each night. And you just want to watch the video, and whichever word she points to, you write a number down. This will tell you what order you need to translate these words in and will help you in class. So now you'll have the word order, any notes that are given, and the definition of words. You always want to look up any words that you don't know, and you want to make sure that you write the definition down in pencil. Oftentimes there's more than one definition for a word, and you might have to change it in class. The third and final method is definitely the most labor-intensive, I guess you could say, but I really believe that it's the best method you can start off the year using. I developed this method towards the end of the year when we were translating Caesar, and I wish I had started it from the beginning. So I'm bringing you to this screen again just to look at what the steps are, because it can be a little bit confusing in translation. The first step, as always, is to divide out the passage based on how it's divided in the Google Doc. The second step of this method is highlighting with one color all of the vocabulary words that are given in the textbook. Now for this, I only use one color and I only highlight the vocabulary words and not the notes, because sometimes the notes don't necessarily give you definitions or translations. They might just be explanations of a phrase. So for clarity's sake, I only do one color and only vocabulary. Here's where it gets a little bit more involved than the last 2 methods. Ms. Kirtley uploads a video to YouTube every night for the section that you're working on. So here you just want to watch the video. You want to take a one-color pen or marker and underline the word if she says there's a note on it. After you underline the word, you want to write the Latin at the bottom of the page and then right next to it what grammatical construction or note that Ms. Kirtley mentioned in the video. If you're using this method for the Aeneid, it should already have line numbers, but I know for Caesar, as you'll see, it doesn't necessarily have line numbers, so I went ahead and I numbered every other line. This will help you keep track of where the word is located. So for example, if I had amare is noted as an infinitive, then I would see in line 3, amare, I would underline the word. Then at the bottom of the page, I would write 3, next to it amare, and next to that infinitive. And to keep this method organized, I make sure that I group everything by line. This is usually pretty easy to do because in the video Ms. Kirtley goes pretty much in order, but you want to make sure you keep track of that. So all the words that have notes for line 1, I just write 1 once at the bottom, and then all the words with notes are next to it. Then I'll write 2, and all the words with notes are next to it. I don't keep writing the number because that just gets confusing. I'll do it by section. As always, you want to write in any words that you don't know the definition of. So for this method, you can take it one step further and write down the numbers of each word like I mentioned in the last method. While you're watching the video, you can number them so you'll know the specific order they can be translated in. However, I urge you not to do this because I find that the numbers, 1, just confuse me in class because I'm not thinking the same way I was when I was doing the homework. So if I have 3 lines and I number the first line 1 through 10 and it fits perfectly, I'll start over 1 through 10 again on the second line. But then within that one section, I have multiple numbers and it can get kind of confusing. If you don't do it that way, then you might end up numbering it 1 to 20 something or 1 to 30 something. And at that point, I'm searching for the numbers and I'm not really looking at the Latin. I just find overall that this way, it really helps me to study the Latin and not memorizing numbers or word order. This method, by far, I think is the best, and I wish I had started it from the beginning of the year because it really helps you to review for quizzes and it will especially help you for the AP exam in May.